morning, everyone, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Awareness. I'm Reverend Peggy, and I'm going to be leading everyone in a short meditation. And then we're going to have our praise and worship team, and then we're going to have our service. So I'm glad you're here this morning. So wherever you find yourself, out in Facebook land or YouTube land, wherever you're watching this, I just invite you to settle in, whether you're sitting in a chair, or perhaps you have a meditation pillow. Wherever you can, sit quietly without any noise or interruptions around you, I just invite you to gently allow your eyes to close as we just focus our attention inward into that inner space, that inner mind, that inner heart. And with every breath, that heart space becomes softer, becomes more expansive, and it softens. Just breathing and breathing that pure energy that's all around us all the time. Energizing every cell, and at the same time allowing our bodies to just relax and let go. Just allowing your breath to gently go in and out at its own pace. Just knowing that right where each one of us is, God is. It's omnipresent, which means the fullness of Spirit is in every spot. It's in every person. The fullness of love. The fullness of intelligence. The fullness of wisdom, of joy, of beauty, of abundance. All those attributes of the divine are right where we are. And so knowing that the fullness of Spirit is right where we are, we just tap into that attribute that is calling to us this morning. Perhaps it's peace, or unconditional love, or harmony, or trust, or abundance. Perhaps it's surrender. I just invite all of us to just stay in the silence for just a few moments, focusing on that attribute of the divine. we sink even deeper into that attribute. Now we see that attribute at work in our lives, in our mind's eye. Just seeing that taking place. Because Great Spirit is fully present in every space, from here into infinity. We can always tap into the love of the divine, the peace, the joy, the abundance, and the beauty, allowing it to uplift us, to remind us that where we are, God is always. And if the divine presence is everywhere, then I know that there is divine order within every situation, every event, every relationship. We just bring ourselves into alignment, into harmony with the presence itself. forget, we can just use our breath to bring us back into harmony, into balance. Remembering who we are and who God is. There's a power for good in the universe that is perfect, and I can use it. I can be in harmony with it, and I am so grateful for this truth. Grateful knowing that because the energy of the divine is in its fullness at every point in space, that I know that we're all connected. We're all unified, all at the same time in spirit. There's no way to be outside of the love of God. Just allow it to enfold us. Attention to spirit, it consciously returns that look. It knows each and every one of us. Knows our desires, knows our needs, knows our passions, knows our fears. I just feel my heart open in such gratitude, knowing that I am never, ever, ever alone. Always loved, always supported. So I'm just so grateful for the energy of this community as we sit together in love, in connection, in spirit always. And I know that each and every one of us is a blessing, and each and every one of us is blessed. And so just feeling so very grateful, I just invite you to bring your awareness back to your breath. goes in and out, connecting you with your body, feeling your connection with the earth, and just bringing your full awareness back to this moment. Namaste.
Good morning, CSA. And thank you for joining us virtually today. There's a lifting of the hand. There's a lifting of the heart. There's a lifting of the heart. Beyond a hill to where our help comes from. Sing it with me, sing it, stay. There's a lifting of the hand. There's a lifting of the Facebook, on YouTube that are joining us. These are all of your favorite songs, so sing along with us. And remember to send us songs you want us to sing next week too. Why not? Melodies from heaven rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies from heaven rain down on me, rain down on me. Take me in your arms and hold me closer. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Fill me with the presence I love the most. Yeah. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies, melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies, melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Take me in your arms, yeah. Take me in your arms and hold me close. Rain down, rain down on me, rain down, rain down on me, yeah. Fill me with the presence I love the most. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies, melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Take me in your arms and hold me close. Yeah. Rain down on me, rain down, rain down, rain down on me. Fill me with the presence I love the most. Yeah. Rain down on me, rain down on me. Melodies from heaven. Rain down, rain down on me, rain down on me, yeah. Melodies from heaven. Melodies, yeah. Rain down, melodies from heaven. Melodies from heaven. Rain down, rain down on me, rain down on me, yeah. Melodies from heaven. Rain down on me, rain down on me. So for everyone out there, I want you to be virtually clapping your hands, because we're gonna lift our hands in the sanctuary. And today the sanctuary is in your home. That doesn't mean that you can't tell the youngins to come in there with you, the little ones that sing along and dance along. Because we can do that at home. Church is where you are. It's not a building. So everybody, let's lift our hands. Here we go. We lift our hands in the sanctuary. We lift our hands members of our church always reach out and say, you know, David, will you guys sing this song or will you sing that song? That doesn't have to stop now. So Sandy Rusi reached out to me and she said, will you guys sing This Is the Day? So this is for you, Sandy, and for our CSM family. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Oh, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Oh, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Let's rejoice, let's rejoice. 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 Let's rejoice, let's
Thank you, praise and worship. Gosh, are we lucky or what? And the band is here, everybody's here this morning, and you're here with us, and I'm so grateful for that. I want to just remind everybody what kind of church this is in case you're tuning in for the first time. We're a church with many, many, many beliefs, and they all boil down to these four. The four beliefs are these. Number one is that God is all there is. There's no oppositional power to that power. There's no oppositional power, there's no external evil, there's no external devil. Now you and I know there's plenty of evil and plenty of devilishness in this world, but we believe it starts and stops right here in the mind of human beings. The second belief that we have is that all thought is creative and influential, and as a result of that, we're thoughtful what kind of thinking that we do around here. We're not a shaming tribe. We're not a blaming tribe. If we have a funky thought, a mean-spirited thought, we simply put in a new thought and we keep moving on. The third belief that we have is that everything in our experience is either a call for love or an expression of love. No exceptions. None. Zip. And sometimes that's hard. Because calls for love can come clumsy, sometimes they come ugly, but if we can return love to them, we can transform that moment and begin to transform the planet. My thought is that if we can sort of encourage ourselves to look for the expressions of love that are happening all over right now in this time of the coronavirus, you know, people helping people, people sending hysterical memes on Facebook, people just doing things to help us uplift ourselves. So I encourage us to do that. The last belief that we have, that we hold on to with all of our heart, all of our mind, and all of our soul, is that you are whole, perfect, and complete, just as you are right this second. There may be some behaviors you want to let go of, some attitudes you want to let go of, some patterns of thinking that need to be dropped, but at your essence, you are whole, perfect, and complete. Nothing more to add. Maybe subtract some stuff, but nothing more to add to you. You are great right now. So with that, I'd just like to welcome all of you here today. That I'm so grateful, and staff is going to come. We're going to sing our regular welcome song. We want you to just think of somebody here in the church and put them their face in your heart, and as we sing this song.
So glad you came to celebrate Spirit. You are welcome here. We hope this isn't your last time. Anytime you're passing by, you are welcome here. So glad you came. Feel free to work and celebrate Spirit's name. So glad you came to celebrate Spirit.
So let us fill up the rest of these seats in your house and in your television set and everywhere else, your Facebook page, with beings of light that you would like to celebrate this Spirit with you. Maybe you're thinking of somebody today who's already transitioned, or maybe it's someone who's just at home and you haven't heard from them for a while. Whatever the reason they're in your heart, I invite you simply to speak their name aloud as I light this memory candle. Eleanor, Emma, Jesus, Avery, Miles, Donald. I light this candle in their name and in the name of peace everywhere. And now it's time to anchor ourselves in prayer. So as I sound my bowl 3 times, I invite you to allow the tone of this bowl to take you deep into that place where no harm has ever come. Deep into that place where you know and you know you are whole, perfect, and complete.
To be still.
I need to be still and let God love me. I need to be still. naturally. I need to be still and let God love me.
Yes, we just need to be still and let God love us. The Holy Presence is everywhere. It's in everything. It's infinite. It's omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. We can see it in the rays of the sun, in the fluffy clouds. In every drop of rain, God is expressing. It's in a child's giggle. It's in the flowers that are responding to the rain and the sun and beginning to pop open. We can see that presence, we can feel that presence, we can experience that presence as love, as joy, as abundance, as beauty, as connection, as peace and harmony. Because I know that each and every one of us is the place where God shows up. Each one of us is whole and holy, complete and perfect, just as we are. An expression of the one. Each one of us here with our gifts, our talents, our unique way of expressing spirit here on the planet at this very moment in time. And I'm just grateful for each heart listening to my voice. I'm grateful for the divine presence. I'm grateful for the Center for Spiritual Awareness. I'm just feeling so grateful this morning to be in the midst of so much love and so much intelligence, knowing that there is divine order in the universe, and I know that our lives are unfolding absolutely perfectly. I know this service is unfolding. I know that our lives are unfolding. I know that God's life is unfolding. And so I just allow this life to have its way with me, to guide me, to inspire me, to move me, to action, to inaction. I allow those acts of kindness that I see on social media to just open my heart even wider to the possibility, to the infinite possibility that each one of us has to be a change agent, to be a peace agent, to be a laughter agent. We all have our place and our space in this thing that this experience that we're going through right now. And I'm grateful for each and every person on the planet, because we're all in this together, and that's a beautiful thing. And so in this place of such deep gratitude, I just let go. I surrender to Spirit. I surrender all my fears, all my doubts, knowing that there's only love, knowing that there is only order, knowing that there is only perfection. And so I release my word, knowing that all is well. And I invite everyone to say together, and so it is. Amen. Well, good morning again, everyone. I'm Reverend Peggy, and it's time for our affirmation, so I'm going to read it through once, and then we'll read it together. Today, I stop telling God how big my problems are, and start telling my problems how big my God is. I find love and connection in small ways today. All right, if you'll join me. Today, I stop telling God how big my problems are and start telling my problems how big my God is. I find love and connection in small ways today, and so it is.
Great, thank you, Reverend Peggy. Today's sacred reading comes from an anonymous source in the book, A Grateful Heart. How would it be if just for today, we thought less about contests and rivalries, profits and politics, winners and sinners, and more about helping and giving and mending and blending and reaching out and pitching in? How would it be? And so it is.
Good morning. My name is Christy Mattel, and it's my honor to be part of this music ministry. And I am honored this morning that David Mormon, Patricia Tyree, and Aaron Lincoln are going to be joining me on vocals on this song that may be familiar to some of you. Every time I feel the Spirit moving in my heart, I will pray.
and Company. Good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Rick. I'm one of the staff ministers here at the Center for Spiritual Awareness. And I'd like to say to you good morning, and I'm so glad that you're here Thank you to the house band and all of our musicians and Reverend Dr. Georgia this morning to be here with me. This is our commitment to our community, that we will always be here for you with inspiration and motivational words. So this morning I have great news. Today is the greatest opportunity in your life. It doesn't get any better than it gets today. And it's time to aim for the stars. This day is the first day of the rest of your life. And for many of us, many of those days may have passed already than the ones that are in front of us. So don't waste any time. See, start a new way of thinking today. The spiritual truth that I'm dealing with today is forgetting those things which are behind me, I pursue the goal before me. Some people may know it like this: I press toward the mark. So I'm using the book, The Secret of Self-Mastery by Mitch Horwitz, and it's based on the works of Napoleon Hill, especially Think and Grow Rich. See, I love overcomer stories. People who defy the odds, individuals who are statistical outliers, who prove the past does not have to repeat. See, life is either principle or condition. And if it is a condition, it is subject to change. We either approach life from cause or from effect. But there is no condition that cannot change. See, we can overcome any condition. Yes, you can. You will not be the first, and if you are the first, you can still overcome. See, recently I was watching the series about Madam C.J. Walker. I have decided my excuse for watching television is coming here and having something to say. So, Madam is an African-American woman who is an icon in African-American culture. I saw her image as a kid on her products. Madam was the title she adopted to define her aim. Have you named your aim? See, the meaning is always in the context. It was not 2020, it was 1900. Emancipation had only happened in 1863, and Madam Walker started her business less than 50 years after slavery, and she died a millionaire. Madam was a washwoman. She washed clothes for other people. Now, some of this considered it a put down, but for many this was survival, and for women, independence. Impossible situations provide the greatest opportunities. Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich in 1937, immediately following the Spanish flu and the Great Depression of 1929. Is today your greatest opportunity? See, I summarize Think and Grow Rich this way: ready, aim, fire. Not fire, ready, aim. Fire, ready, aim means that we are only reacting to life. And you can make it, but I guarantee you, you'll be very tired when you get it done. See, I find it interesting that there is very little support before the Depression, except for the US aristocracy. That's where all of the benefits went. But the New Deal created programs of relief and reform and recovery. And I wonder if we have come full circle. I heard the other day that we extended the opening for the ACA. See, any goal that we choose, everyone gets to choose their own goal. Let your passions, the excitement, and the things in life that give you feeling of wholeness and energy be your guide. That's probably your goal. See, I believe we can all choose our goals. And if you haven't chosen any, recognize that is really your choice. You are just firing without aiming. Have you noticed in the movies that the bad guys always have the biggest guns? They shoot a lot of bullets and they never hit anyone. Yet the hero makes one shot and actually changes the scenario of the situation. It is decisive, it is directed. Aim, it's time to aim. See, I do not believe any person only has one job or one perfect mate or one perfect place to live. We're not living a whole life just trying to find the mystery. See, I do believe that there is a divine plan. You are a unique expression of God. You are your own incarnation. And the universe would not be the same without you, without your uniqueness. See, the potential that you have, the universe needs. And if you do not contribute to it, there is a missing piece. Only you, yes, you, can put your fingerprint on the world. You are God's instruments to do the work and to speak out for God, to tell others of the night and day difference God made for you. This is God in you, your hope of glory. Learn to say every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. This is a line from Emile Coué, who wrote about autosuggestion in the 1800s. Now, better doesn't mean you aren't better now, but we do evolve. There's nothing innately wrong with you. A mistake is just that, one mistake. And I have made one mistake over and over again. Any bad habit, which is something you don't like, you can replace it with a better one. Every day and in every way, I am getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. See, most of us do have some auto-suggestion going on in our minds. See, our minds are the battlefield. It is the place where we argue with our spiritual nature. God is in your conscience. You think, yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. No, I can't. I can't take this anymore. Things will never change. They won't unless we change. You have to change the news feed in your mind. I'll never recover. I know I'm going to get it. Replace the scratched record. See, way back in the day, and I've never really figured out the date of the way back in the day, but we had vinyl albums, something that has been revived recently. And if you got a scratch in them, that line will repeat over and over again. How did I get myself in this situation? I can't take this isolation. I can't take these kids any longer. And I certainly cannot wait until you go back to work. See, don't live life from a scratched record. You can overcome the isolation, and you will be glad to go back to work. Do not live repeatedly over and over again without taking aim. You can replace it because every day and in every way, I am getting better and better. See, I believe there are passions, there are dreams, there are callings within each one of us, which is just God trying to express itself in all of creation. Each of us, each of you are essential. Once we understand that we are all essential in this plan, one people, one body, one divine expression. So why are we fighting? Replace anything in your thinking that isn't positive with every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Madam Walker saw a product for women's hair. It wasn't magic, it actually had been something that had been around in the community, people made at home for years. But it smelled really bad. And she decided to make her own, better than it had been in the past. And she created her own multi-level marketing scheme. Yes, an African-American woman in 1900. Get ready to aim. Madam C.J. Walker looked at her situation while she was washing someone else's clothes and decided she could do a better job. Get clear on your aim. She committed to become Madam Walker. Get ready, aim, fire. Madam C.J. Walker looked at her situation and she decided to change. Remember, it wasn't until 1920 before women could vote. And it wasn't until 1965, in my lifetime, that it was a constitutional right for African American people to vote in every state. In my lifetime. Right in the middle of her situation, she took aim. Despite her conditions, she took and made an aim. She embraced her destiny. You have to aim. She decided to be an overcomer, and she aimed for it. See, many of us want to fire first. We want everything to be okay before we get started, to have everything just right. We are looking for someone to tell us that our dream can and will come true. Okay, I'm telling you today, your dream can come true. Get ready, aim, and fire. Get ready, aim, and fire. No one said it would be easy. Madam C.J. Walker's husband had an affair with her nemesis, the woman who first sold her the product that she improved. Madam had to move to Indianapolis. She bought a closed business factory. It burned down. An African-American woman starting a business, owned property and a factory in 1900. Her husband said, "You'll never be satisfied." Well, until your dream that is in you comes true, you will never be satisfied. And sometimes the people who are with you and have accompanied you so far decide to turn back. You may just have to let them go. See, you will need to decide if you are going to turn around to keep your friends and family, maybe your comfort or even your reputation, just to experience your dream. If you ever think that you can't do this, yes, you can. But there is a God who dwells in your mind, closer than your neck vein and closer than your very breath. The Spirit will be within you and will be with you. I heard a song the other day that I just cannot get out of my mind, by Leon Timbro. You're more real than the ground I'm standing on. You're more real than the wind in my lungs. Your thoughts define me. You're inside me. You are my reality. You're more real than the skin on my bones. You're more real than the song on my tongue. Your thoughts define me. You're inside me. You, oh God, are my reality. Is God your reality? See, it's all about relationship. And the more real this becomes, the more power you will feel that you have. It is more real than the wind in your lungs. So get ready. Determine your purpose. C.J. Walker said, I can do this. I am going to be Madam C.J. Walker and successfully sell a better product. And then you have to fire. How do you fire? You have to get moving. Think differently today. I have great news. Today is the greatest opportunity in your entire life. It doesn't get any better than this. Do something every day toward your aim. Today is your greatest opportunity. It just doesn't get better than this. Start a new way of thinking and start today. The spiritual truth is this: forgetting those things which are behind, I pursue the goal that is before me. I press toward this mark. Don't turn back. Don't give up. Why? Because every day and in every way, I am getting better and better. And so it is. And just knowing this one power and this one presence is all that we need. We are never alone because the divine presence never leaves us. It is for this and so much more we are thankful. And so it is. And money is God in action. I send it forth to bless and to prosper all who come in contact with it. And so it is.
As many Earth Day celebrations are approaching in April, I reflect on the idea that every day is Earth Day, the wonderful Mother Earth that cares for us and that we need to care for her as well. So we'd like to share a song that goes back a few years. It's based on a hymn called "For the Beauty of the Earth."
For the beauty of the skies, for the love which from above over and around us lies. Mother Earth, to you we raise this our song of grateful praise. Mother Earth, to you we raise this our song of grateful praise. For the beauty of each hour of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars alight. Mother Earth, to you we raise this our song of grateful praise. Mother Earth, to you
Thank you.
Thank you, house band.
So that's the beautiful Christy Mattal, everybody. So grateful to have her. And of course, our house band is here this morning. So grateful to have everybody here. Some of you have asked us to hold this up a little longer, so we're happy to hold it up as long as we possibly need to for you to contribute. And thank you for asking for the information. All right, I have a couple of announcements. You know, we've been having a wonderful Zoom call at noon, Monday through Friday. People are checking in with us. If you go on our Facebook page or our website page later today, the links will be on it. Those of you who get the e-blast, I'll be sending out an e-blast later today with the link of our Zoom call on that. And in addition, Chaplain Zola Ferguson is starting a new class on Tuesday on Zoom called Where and Who is God? And I think it's a great time to be able to delve into that question. She's going to be looking at it from an interfaith perspective. Where and who is God? So we encourage you to join in on that on Tuesday. It'll be every Tuesday following the call. And then Reverend Brenda is going to be doing a book study pretty soon. We'll get you the information out on that on Zoom also. And that will be on faith, a book study on faith. She's got a great book name I can't remember at the moment, but we'll get the information out to you. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for contributing. You know, just because we're all not here, we still have the mortgage to pay. We want to make sure our band is well cared for. So we need to have everybody chip in to the extent that they can. All right, let us do our closing. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my heart.
Life is in my heart.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
I take this life out this day,
I take this life out.
and I share it with another. And so it is. So I am. So we are. Amen. Goodbye, everyone.